Hello friends. So basically I want to teach Ruby on Rails. Uh, so let's first start with creating your new app. For that there is a command called as Rails new and your app name, Rails new app name. So this will create a folder. This will create a Rails app with the name called as app uh, Rails new. You can call that Shiva. So this will create a folder with the uh, app name as Shiva. So this will automatically generate all the stuff. That's why Ruby on Rails is very popular because it will self-generate everything. So after this, uh, once this is created, we have to wait for a while. It depends on your internet speed as well, like how fast it will be created. So as you can see, it is already created. Now I will give it as clear. So this will clear the screen, and after this, I will be giving as cd Shiva. This will go inside the Shiva folder. Once it is inside the Shiva folder, you can give as code dot. Code dot will go inside your code editor. In my case, it is a Visual Studio Code, but you can have it as any. Once I give as code dot, it will go inside the Visual Studio Code, and okay, once it is inside, you can see all these files. Don't worry about that, I will be explaining it one by one. But basically, to start with, I want to show you how to print hello world in Ruby on Rails, because we start with hello world. Uh, so instead of hello world, I will print something as hello engineer Shiva. So for that, we need in Ruby on Rails, it is a MVC architecture, model view and controller. So first we have to create a controller. So in controller folder, in app controller folder, you have to create a new file. It should be a singular, and you can give any controller name. In my case, I will be giving Shiva controller, Shiva underscore controller. And once you give Shiva underscore controller, put extension as .rb. .rb stands for .ruby. So here, inside a controller, you should give as a class and controller name, which is Shiva controller. Focus on the naming convention. It should be exactly like this camel case. Every word should start with a caps, and inherits. This symbol stands for inherit. Application controller. Application controller. Application in the sense Shiva controller. This is my custom controller. Is copying the inheriting the properties of application controller, which is a default. Once it is done, you can give it as end, and after that, your Shiva controller is ready. But in order to Shiva controller to display hello world, I should create a method. In other programming language, you call it as method or function, but in here you call it, in Ruby on Rails you call it as action. So I will be creating an action called as define index. You can give it any name, but I am giving it as index. uh, After that, end. So by doing this, you will be calling you will be going in Shiva controller and checking for index in the view folder. So now if you check the view folder, uh, there should be a folder with the name Shiva, because Shiva controller will check folder Shiva in views. If there is no such folder, you create one. Initial there won't be any, so you will be, wait, it's not like this. In views, you have to create new folder, and it's called as Shiva, and inside that Shiva, okay, view Shiva, inside that Shiva folder, you create your function name. That time you created a function like def index, so here it should be index, and it should be HTML. So index.html dot erb stands for embedded Ruby. Once you do that, just save it. Okay, once you are inside this, here you can print hello engineer Shiva. Hello engineer Shiva, thanks. created first a Rails program. So this still won't work because this don't have a route. A route is a URL. In website you will give something called as www.google.com. Similarly, in order to this page to be printed, that should be a URL. A URL you can customize in config routes. So in routes, the URL will be like get method get when get slash Shiva. Let's give a Shiva path, and this path uh, this path will redirect to uh, which controller? Shiva controller, and which action? Index action. Okay. So let's check whether it works right now. Let's go to the browser. Okay, it won't work yet because you have to start the Rails server. Rails server will make this available in the server. So to start Rails server, you should give as a Rails yes or a Rails server. This is Rails as is a short form. So this URL, whatever it displayed here, you have to give it in your browser. One sec. Slash. What was the name given? It was slash Shiva. So if you give here slash Shiva, it should display this thing. So our first program is successful. Let's focus on more concept of Ruby on Rails.